Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. I'm Christine. I'm glad you're here. Welcome to a Plexus team call that is supposed to give us practical advice. I love those team calls when there is a practical topic that is being discussed to advise the distributors how to do business, I guess, and when it's not just a mindset call, so how to brainwash yourself into staying in the company longer and believing that you can be successful although all of the odds speak against you. And this is an older call that I found in one of my folders. I recorded that a while ago from a team I reacted to a while ago as well. And this is a call about how to organize your follow-ups and how to confidently troubleshoot. Let's take a look at this baby. It's a long one. So yeah, I'm going to make notes because I don't want to interrupt every other minute, which I typically do because I will just spout out all of the commentary and all of the information I have. I will collect the information, I will make some notes, and then I will interrupt, but not every other minute because otherwise we will never get through this call. It's a long one. So buckle up, let's get started with this Plexus team call on how to confidently troubleshoot and to follow up with your customers.
Happy Monday, you guys. We have an incredible team call planned for you today. I'm so excited about it. Want to give a few announcements first before we get started. First off, we had an amazing first week of the month. Like, you guys killed it. So good. It was like we took off the first 4 or 5 days and then did on like the 5th, 6th, and 7th what normal teams would do in like a 2-week period of time. So I'm so glad that you took time to rest because there is no strength without rest. And it is totally fine to rest, right? We cannot work 24/7 without a break. It will kill us. Right? So I'm just so glad to see people resting and then coming back rejuvenated. This is the type of trend I want to see, right? We want to rest, we want to work. We want to rest, we want to work. This is how we rebuild. Okay, so a couple of announcements. Tomorrow night, we have a call at 8 p.m. that is focusing in on lineman workers. Now, if you don't know what that is, like I didn't know what that was, linemen are people who, they are the men, and I'm sure there's some women in there, who restore your power when your power goes down. They are the lineman workers, right? They go when there's an emergency, you lose your power, and they come in and they climb up on the poles and they restore your power. And they have families at home who are taking care of their kids. It could be in the middle of the night. It could be on a holiday. It could be on a weekend. And they leave their families for hours and days to go and make sure that your crisis is over and you have power in your home. And so we have a couple of women on our team whose husbands do that as an extra job or as a main source of income. And their Plexus business is allowing them to have some new options in their life, which we all know is one of the main reasons why we love this business. That's why I started this business. 6 years ago, I just wanted to make $1,000 a month because I was so tired of Sean having to get up on Saturdays at 6 o'clock in the morning. We had like this multi-try house where the garage door, the kids' bedrooms were over the garage. So we'd finally get to Saturday, and then he would leave at 6 a.m. and the garage would be like a tsunami force earthquake. I know that like doesn't even make any sense, but it would wake up all the kids. And so I was already exhausted.
How many are there?
And then all my kids are awake at 6 a.m. on a Saturday, and my husband's going to be gone till like 3 p.m. because he has to work all day. And I just was so done with that life. And so it motivated me to send messages to the people that I was scared to send messages to. It motivated me to stop worrying about what people thought if I posted about my pink drink, right? Because I thought if he could just quit working on Saturdays, and him working on Saturdays brought us an extra $1,000 a month. So him working on Saturdays was ruining my life. That was the story that I was telling. And I'm sticking to it. It was a mess. He couldn't help coach basketball. He couldn't enjoy pancakes with us on Saturday mornings. That was like what we wanted on Saturday mornings. I remember I'd wake up in the summer and all the dads would be like on walks with their kids, mowing the lawns. Like it looked so fun and we were missing all of it. And it was made me really upset. So I used that to change our life forever. And so that is the type of energy we're going to be bringing to this call. We're going to have, Jelaine is sharing. We're going to have, Kate, is Jelaine on here yet? Jelaine.
I actually do like that she said in the beginning rest and then work and then rest, because otherwise that's not helpful for us. I would say that's true, but also it's actually a luxurious situation to be in network marketing. I guess that's a privilege of the top people, of the top uplines. Most people in network marketing, they cannot really rest. They need to work 24/7 or otherwise they don't have a chance at this opportunity. So while I don't disagree with that, rest, yes. It is a very luxurious situation in network marketing. And then they're having this line worker call. So to me, it sounds like they want to entice people to join Plexus so that they can help with the income to bring their spouse home, at least for their side hustle. And this could also change your life. But if I take a look at Plexus income disclosure statement, the latest income disclosure statement I could find is from 2022. So I couldn't find the one from last year, if that even exists. But in 2022, a typical Plexus brand ambassador earned $396, that is before expenses. This opportunity sounds in theory so good to help out your partner while you stay home with your kids. But if you look at the facts and if you look at the data, then you will be able to see that most people are not able to do that. Most people are not able to bring in $1,000 per month when on average the Plexus brand partners made less than $400 in 2022 for the entire year, not including expenses, so the products they themselves buy or the travel they have to do for Plexus, and that is also before taxes. If you look at the actual data, it's not that great of an opportunity and not necessarily an opportunity for most people to bring home their spouse or to contribute to the family income.
Will you just share for like 30 seconds? And who else is sharing with you? I'm putting you on the spot. If you can unmute yourself, Jelaine. I don't even know. Oh, good. There she is.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Did I do a good job of explaining that?
Kinda.
No,
It's hard because
So
nobody
no.
knows really.
Yeah.
Okay, so linemen, I look awesome. I have one eye with mascara on at the current moment. So
Nobody
bear
can
with
tell,
me.
and you always look gorgeous. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So lineman, basically, my husband is a power lineman. Hey, sorry, my dogs are crazy. A power lineman, my husband, it took him about 8 years to get to being a journeyman lineman. What that is basically all of the guys that put up the power poles and all of those power lines. That's what he does. He climbs up the poles and he helps actually fix all of the different things. Was that the question? I totally
Well, because who else is sharing with you on the call? Because you're going to share, and then Chelsea's going to share because her husband does that in the doesn't like Chelsea's husband does that, but he's able to leave that work now because they want a full-time ranch. Like he picks up hours because ranching, they can't sustain their family on just ranching alone. And so he's going to be sharing. And then there's one other person that's sharing. What's her name?
What is her name? I want to say
We're so organized, guys. Aren't we so organized? Oh, Jessica knows.
Yeah, totally.
Jessica, speak.
Her name is Julie Hutchins. Her husband is on, as is her
Perfect.
son. So she's very well versed.
It's Monday morning and we're just sort of getting started.
I get
Anyway,
can you imagine this being your Monday morning call? I would shoot myself in the foot.
the reason why I want to tell you that even if you are like, even if you have friends that aren't linemen's wives, if you have anyone that cannot afford these products. If you have anyone whose husband appears to never be around because he's always working, this call is going to be one that you yourself are not going to want to miss because it's going to be inspiring and motivating to you. But you're going to want your friends and family to tune into this call, because not only are we going to talk about what the products have done for these women, but they're also going to share what this has done for them financially and cast vision about what this is doing for their lives moving forward. And so this is going to be an incredible opportunity. Like, you do not want to miss this call, and you don't want your friends and family to miss this call. Okay. So the graphic is up in the team page. It's also going to be in all of the threads this afternoon and tomorrow morning so that you can hop on and attend. I just wanted you to know what it meant, because when they were like, oh yeah, alignment, I'm like, football? Like football? Like, I was so confused about what it meant. And so now you know what it is. I just want to encourage you, like, make this a part of your Tuesday night, tomorrow night. So we're going to be doing that instead of the product shindig. Okay. Because we want to get everybody on this call tomorrow night. So we'll do this instead of the shindig, and we will be talking about the products. These women will share their short health story, and then they will cast vision for the business. So it's gonna be the same effect. It's just mixing it up. So if you've had someone that's like, no, I can't come to the shindig, I don't want to do the shindig, or they say they're coming and they don't show up, perfect. This is totally different, and you're going to want to invite them to this instead.
But you just said it's the same thing, they're just shaking it up. Also, what's the shindig? Is this something inappropriate? What is a shindig? Is it a US thing? I don't know. It sounds inappropriate. And so much to the great business opportunity. You can buy some of the crappy overpriced products from Plexus, yes, but if most people in 2022 made less than $400, then that is not a great opportunity.
So a message that you might send for this is, hey, I have some friends who are going to be sharing their story on this like Zoom call tomorrow night at 8 p.m. They're going to talk about the products that I love, what it's done for them personally, and then they're going to talk about how using the products and like sharing them with the people that they love has made them a ton of extra money. Can you make it? I'm going to listen in. Can you come with me?
Is that a freaking lie? Or just the success stories speaking on that opportunity call? Because Plexus own data disagrees that you can make a shit ton of money.
Can you come with me and like listen into the call? And just send that message to anyone that has told you they're interested, but they don't want to sign up because of money, or they're interested, but they're not quite sure that the products are right for them. Like, use this as your main tool for follow-up this week and bring people to this call. Bring yourself to this call. Invite all day today, all day tomorrow, up until the event. And then when the event is over, we will have it recorded so that anyone that says, oh, sorry, can't make it. Oh, sorry, I'm busy. Oh, forgot. Oh my gosh, totally forgot to come. You're going to be having that recording in your pocket to say, no problem, Sarah. I totally got it recorded. In fact, you will love at minute 13 when so-and-so said this.
Yeah, Sarah, please send me the recording. I would like to take a look at this as well. This is an older team call, so I don't expect any recordings to come my way. So much to time freedom, I guess. This could be your Monday morning in Plexus. Then on Tuesday night, you could be on a line person instead of a shindig call. That sounds great. And then today, until the very moment that call happens, you need to invite. Time freedom, what?
Do you have 5 minutes to go watch that one little part for me right now? This is always how I get people to watch a recording, is I watch the call, and when you're like, oh my gosh, I wish she would have shown up. If she would have just shown up for this one part, then I look at the time on the recording and I message them the recording and say, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry you couldn't make it, but at minute 13, whatever minute it is that you had that moment, at minute 13, when so-and-so said this, I instantly thought of you. Do you have 5 minutes to watch that one part right now? I can tell you exactly where it begins and where it ends. And then they will feel like a total jerk saying no. So they will say, yes, sure, I'll do it. Say, great, I'll follow up with you. Or then you're like, great, let me know when you've watched it, or I'll check back in with you in 10 minutes. Do you have time to watch it right now? I cannot wait to hear what you think about this, right?
Just because you are so pushy, I would say, no, I don't want to watch this ever. Thank you. If you don't want to look at the products, or if you don't want to support network marketing, then you will not look at this. And maybe it's just me, but it's also okay to be a dick towards others if they perceive it as such. If you say no, it's no. I don't want to watch it. I don't want your recording.
Like, you drive the horse. You drive the message. So this is how you're going to use this event this week to get people off the fence. Okay. Now, it is my pleasure to announce to you, to introduce to you, Fast Start Ruby, Jamie Kinross. She started Plexus she started using the products in August, I think. Was it August, Jamie? I think so. Yeah, August. And she didn't start doing the business until November.
Yep.
And she hit Fast Start Ruby in 6 weeks at December 31st. Did I get that right? Yeah. So pretty freaking awesome. Let's give her a big clap in the comments. Also, I have to mention that she has this amazing talent of dollhouses. And you really have to go check them out, because it's Jamie Lee Designs. Yeah. On Instagram, Jamie, are there like underscores and stuff?
It's Jamie Lee _ Here, I can
Okay. Just put it in the chat for us, please. Because these are not just any dollhouses. These look like something off of an influencer, which Jamie is, like an influencer account with perfect decor in neutral colors and trendy. It's like out of a magazine, I'm telling you. These dollhouses are adorable, and she is so talented at coming up with, like, she can make a popsicle stick turn into a like a picture frame on a wall in the dollhouse. Like, you just have to go see them. They're so cute. Anyway, enough about that. Her amazing gift and OCD for organization and detail is one of the reasons that she is going to share with you today on the call how to get your follow-up more organized. So I'm going to make Jamie the host so that she can share her screen. And for those of you that want to get in the fetal position and suck your thumb when it comes to spreadsheets like me, just everybody take a deep breath. Okay. We're just looking at someone's way that they do it. We don't have to do it. We don't have to adapt it. We have other ways that you can do it. But I feel like there's just so much power in seeing how someone else organizes things, especially if organization is not your strong suit, right? So glean what you can glean from her way, but don't feel like you have to totally transform what you're doing if what you're doing is working. If what you're doing is not working, maybe try this hat on and see if it works for you, right?
I love organization, so let's get this started. Come on, we're already 14 minutes into this video, and now we're going to start with how to organize your follow-ups. Let's go, let's go.
So this is not everybody do it Jamie's way. Do it or don't do it. It's up to you, right? Like, you've seen how I do it. Now you're going to see how Jamie does it. And we will feature other people over time and how they do it, because we love to learn the different styles, and there's not one size fits all ever, right? Do what works for you and lean into that.
Do it.
So Jamie,
do it. Do it.
It is going to, I'm going to say make host, and then it's going to tell you I've made you the host. Do you see it? Okay. So now you can double click on the share screen and just tell us how many people you've signed up and why your retention is so good. Because sometimes those two do not go together.
Can you see my screen, or is it not?
Not yet. You should double click on the share screen button. And then it will have, then you'll click on like the first box, you'll double click on the first box. It'll like bring up to you like a bunch of different boxes, double click on that. And then it should allow us to see your screen.
Do it.
You know, maybe if I
Do
didn't
it.
have my
Do it.
privacy on.
Maybe that is it. Yeah.
It is for sure. I always have a fear of like accidentally sharing my screen. Not that it matters, but
I'm always paranoid that when I share it, it's going to show text messages and that like, it's going to be at like bad timing where someone has sent me something weird and then it's going to be recorded on Zoom forever and ruin my Zoom. And then I won't be able to like share the recording. These are the things I worry about.
Yeah, and you shouldn't protect your privacy. I completely get that.
it's gonna make me hop out and hop back in. I'll do it real quick.
Okay, that's fine. We'll just make you host when you come back.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just going to keep talking because one of the things that I waited too long to do was a system of retention. I didn't create anything for this team until after I was Emerald, you guys. I didn't even own a planner until I was Emerald because I would tell people that I'm a fly by the seat of my pants girl. I don't plan ahead and I just don't like structure. I would say it's my personality. That's all a made up story. Just so you know, it's all a made up story and it's not even true. Okay. The reason why I know that is because now I am the most organized person. I use a planner to get a million things done in my day, and I still have tons and tons of free time. In fact, I am so incredibly protective of my free time that I schedule it in before anything else every single day. So I just want you to know that if you're someone that's resistant to planning and scheduling, there's actually more freedom in planning and scheduling than your brain wants you to believe.
I agree with that. I also, over the course of the week, plan out my lunch hours. They might change, but I always make sure I have blockers in my calendar in case I have days where I have back-to-back meetings. There are simply some I'm not going to be able to attend if they're not important. Sometimes you need to move around your free time, but I don't disagree with that. I think it's a smart choice to reserve time for yourself throughout your workday, especially if you do Plexus on the side, because for most people, this will not be a full-time income in general. Most people won't even be able to make an actual side income, as the income disclosure statement from 2022 showed. But yet again, I think in network marketing, it is really a very luxurious situation, and it's a privilege of the top people that they're able to block that out. Because if you need to build your business, reach out to a lot of customers, try to recruit a lot of people, you will have to cater to their time. And then you will very likely have to stop or get rid of your blockers where you want to have downtime. So yet again, I think that's a luxurious situation in Plexus that is reserved for the top people.
It's just misinformed. That's all. It just thinks that it needs to have no schedule to be happy, and it's wrong. You will be so much happier if you do not schedule. You'll be so much happier if you'll be so much happier if you do schedule. You guys know what I'm saying. It will make your life less chaotic. You will be more successful. Now it's not letting Jamie back in. This is so funny. Okay, let's see. Okay. Let's see. How about trying grab your phone? Okay. While I'm going to help Jamie troubleshoot this, Jessica, can you come on and share what you were doing to send follow-up messages over the weekend? Oh, wait, I see her coming back on. But while she's getting herself organized, Jess, can you share, you were sending stories as follow-up for people that hadn't signed up yet, and you got enrollments from that. Yeah. Can you just 30 seconds tell us what you did with that?
Please fill the space. So follow-up means you've reached out to people because you wanted to recruit them and you sent them information, you connected with them, and they don't come back to you, and now you need to follow up. So that's what we're talking about here.
And then we'll have Jamie take over again.
Yeah, so what I was doing was these were actual people who were already using the products. These were like my weekly follow-ups.
Oh, perfect.
So what I did is I had a girl share an update the day before about she was 3 weeks in and she had amazing results. Like she posted, she had pictures. So I just copy and pasted that story, that post, and I just shared it with my week 2, week 3 follow-ups. And it was awesome because I had people saying, oh my gosh, this gives me hope, because I was secretly frustrated. But they hadn't told me they were frustrated. They said everything was going fine. But when I shared that story with them, it opened up a conversation that really took the follow-up to a whole nother level. So, and I had never done that before. So
Can
I
you
was just,
tell us what story it was? And you sent a picture with it too, yeah?
I did. Her name's Charity. So she had just taken a before and after picture. And Charity Bassett, I don't know. I think it might be in the Plexus Imagine page.
Okay.
If not, I can post it in there for sure. But it was just her story. And I only did that because it was top of mind. And it was just one of those stories that, like, mind blowing, because her results have been so amazing in 3 weeks. So, oh, yep, Jelaine showing it. But I'll post it in the Imagine Plexus page. But I just did it, like kind of as an accident. It wasn't thought out. But once I saw the great results, I told my team, I'm like, you guys need to be sharing stories in your follow-ups, because it opens up conversation. Because one girl, she's been on it for about 6 weeks. And so I knew she was having some other trouble. So I had just checked in with her and she was like, oh, everything's fine. So I sent her that story and she came back and said, okay, everything's not fine. I've been frustrated and I just didn't want to say that. And so it opened up a conversation, which she was like, okay, this gives me hope, because I was thinking I may have not wanted to continue. And let's talk a little more about what's going on for me. So if you guys haven't tried that, it was great for me. The follow-ups, it took them to like the next level of commitment.
I love it because it gave them an opportunity to like let their guard down and be honest with you. And sometimes that's where people get frustrated in follow-up. How many of you have been so perfect about your follow-up and they're not responding? And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, it's just not working for me. Like, thanks so much though. Right?
Yeah.
So this is the perfect thing to do if you are at a standstill. But you know me, like I'm all about preventative on the front end, like whatever we can do up front so that we're not backpedaling later. Like send the story before it gets to that point, right? So good. Okay, so thank you for sharing that, Jess. And Jamie is ready now. Oh, Jelaine has something to share. Go ahead, Jelaine.
So that's the secret to you taking care of customers who are not satisfied that you share a story instead of just following up. I hope the next tips are better than this.
So quick thing, I just wanted to add on, those wonderful with Jessica's on there. I just wanted to add on, I was talking to one of mine that I have a 4-week follow-up, and he forgets like half the stuff that he told me that was good things. So that's a good thing to remind them about some of their progress that they've had. Hey, are you still, like he said, oh, I just feel the same that I ever have. I've been taking the same products before I got these products. And then when I brought it up, and because I had it in my notes, and I said, oh, remember when you said you were eating less? Is that still happening? Just to remind them of some of the actual stuff that they are experiencing, because it is really easy for them just to forget that they're actually experiencing good things. I found that out. So just wanted to throw that in there.
I love that. Yes. And also like whenever possible, I try to do it all in text messaging so that I have written evidence.
Yes.
And I make sure once they get their products, if I've been talking to them in Instagram or recruiting them in Facebook, I always take it to text message from there forward, because then it's all in one place too. So that is such a good tip. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay. Good news. We got Jamie back.
Nothing screams genuine more than Plexus Huns having to have proof of the conversations you had with them. That's great.
We got Jamie back, and we are so fast on our feet. She couldn't get her computer to screen. So I was like, email it to me right now. That's why I turned it over to Jess. I was like, I can figure any problem out. We can totally figure this out. So while Jess was talking to you, my brain was like, how do we fix this? We got to get this. Anyway, Jamie emailed me the example. I'm going to share my screen. She's going to walk us through and talk us through it. So here we go. Where is it? Oh my gosh, I'm already having anxiety that you're seeing my desktop. Okay, Jamie, she did an example with fake name, well, real names, but fake phone numbers, fake emails, and all the things so that she could show you without compromising anyone's private information.
I like that. I will blur out when I show you the screen the names, but also the partner ID, because there are also partner IDs mentioned, and I want to make sure that people's privacy is actually protected.
She has done to go through this for you. I'm so grateful, Jamie. Okay, you talk. I'm going to stop talking.
Okay, so first and foremost, like you said, don't let it stress you out. I am overly OCD. It is a blessing and a curse. So things like this are exciting to me, but like Emily said, spreadsheets freak her out. But for me personally, I was finding that trying to deal with so many people at once, not that I was necessarily forgetting, but it was hard to remember like who got what, and someone had like, had a shellfish allergy, or they'd be like, no, I wasn't taking this because you told me not to because of XYZ. And so it just got really overwhelming for me to keep it all together. And even writing it down in my planner was hard. I felt like I was running out of room and I couldn't just quick search it. I had to remember where I wrote it down. And that was frustrating for me. So as you can see on the top, I just break it down in pretty common categories. And I kind of added them, like they weren't all there at first. I worked through those. Hold on, sorry. I can't see your screen anymore.
Tell me where
Can
to.
you guys see your screen?
What? You should be able to see my screen.
I can't, but it could be my computer. I think it's just having.
See, go to the top of your Zoom and hit over and look for Emily Gibson.
Let's see. I think mine's just having a breakdown. It's okay. I can at least know what's on mine. So
Can
anyway,
you pull it up on yours? Can you pull up the spreadsheet on yours and then just talk and I'll try and follow along with you?
Yep, you're totally fine. I think
Okay.
since I tried to update my Zoom while we were in it, now it's like trying to actually update it. So that's really helpful for me. This is what happens when I do a Zoom once.
It's fine. Don't even worry about it.
So anyway, you can see the different categories. So at first, I actually was just doing name, phone number, and then the package that they got. And then I was finding that a few people would want to change their passwords or something. And so if they needed my help to adjust their order, I couldn't log in and all those like random things. For the most part, everyone's like, keep my password. I want you to help me. But I had a few people who felt like they needed to change it. So anyway, I keep this so I can have access to that as well. And then for me, adding in their sign up date was really a big game changer, because then I could, as I was doing my check-ins with them, it was just easy for me to quickly verify like, okay, when was their first process, so that I can see when it's going to come back up again. So that was really helpful to get that back.
It sounds so invasive and so dangerous to give your market partner that's looking after your purchases your password. I wouldn't do that. I just want to order online. But I guess that's a different world we're talking about.
And then I started doing, when people were slowly deciding, hey, I want to share this with other people and I think I want to do the business, I found that putting their ambassador ID in, if I ever needed access, saved my life for two reasons. One, if they were just getting into it and didn't quite know how to sign someone up, I could easily just help them do it. Or if they were like, hey, I have someone I need to sign up, I don't have access to my computer for hours or something, I could easily just go in and help them get that taken care of. So that has been super helpful. And then I will say the biggest thing that I check on the most is my little column on the far right, specification. So I started doing this because I had a friend reach out to me and she had a lot of different things going on. She had shellfish allergies, she had PCOS, endometriosis. She had a whole list of things that I just personally, I didn't feel confident, like just trying to keep them in my mind and remember why she can't take certain things. And so I really at first just started that category honestly for her, because I was like, okay, I got to remember everything that she's told me so I can make sure we get her taken care of properly. And so then I realized, um, I was like, wow, there's a lot of people with like random things that aren't just gut health issues in general, or they just feel like crap. Like they really needed help with other things, or
Yeah, the other things I had to put on my glasses. You know, it's serious when I do that. That's actually a very dangerous part, because at some point, as a Plexus distributor, you should take a couple of steps back. Because what I'm reading here is medical points that no Plexus hun should ever be involved in with their customers. Topics like infertility. What are we aiming at here? To get the customers to buy products, or to make them join as a market partners because they struggle with infertility and you can sell them supplements to help with that? Absolutely not. Nerve pain, anxiety and depression, and PCOS. Those are truly medical topics that you cannot address when you are not a professional. So leave those people alone. That is really, really concerning. That is the bad part about Plexus and about health and wellness MLMs in general, that the people, they really overestimate what advice they can or should give. If you have allergies, then you as a customer, of course, also need to make sure you take a look at the products and what are the ingredients, because otherwise you could severely harm yourself. And in that case, of course, it makes sense to have a list for a distributor to also advise, hey, you might not want to do this because if you're allergic, then these products might contain certain ingredients that are harmful to you. But the things that are mentioned here, the specifications, yikes. I'm not surprised, because Plexus is one of those horrible companies who will try to let their customers believe that they can actually cure their illnesses, their diseases because of the supplements they show, but that is upsetting.
my younger sister had the gastric sleeve. And so there were just some other specifications for her that didn't work for everyone else. And so I would say, like, even if you don't want to go to the extent of doing this whole big spreadsheet, writing down people's specifications, I think is why I'm so successful in my follow-ups. Because I'm able to say, hey, I know that XYZ you were struggling with. Are we seeing any progress or changes in those specific things? And not only does it make them feel like, oh, wow, she remembers. I'm not just like another number to her. I think they really like feel like it's a personal touch for me to know what's going on with them.
But it's not a personal touch. It can actually be dangerous if you want to follow up and see if the Plexus supplement helped with somebody's infertility. That is so dangerous. Stop it.
And so I think that's why my follow-ups have been so good. But do you have any questions? Anything you want me to go into detail
What
on?
does the yellow mean?
Okay, the yellow is my nemesis. The yellow are people who have turned off their account, but I only highlight it if I think that they'll come back because they need it.
I
So
love
there are
it.
some inactives on there that I'm like, you know what? They're just not willing to even try it. They're not even listening. I just turn off their account and I don't highlight it. If it's yellow, I'm like, I know you need my help.
Now, for someone who is like me that wouldn't even know, Mackenzie, don't. For someone, it's not me farting in the room, it's a ball with flour in it, which I hate.
Which I hate.
I will hold it. Then we will have no more problems. Okay. So, when you are someone like me who doesn't understand how to even create a spreadsheet,
Mhm.
one thing that I want to point out here, you guys, is that Jamie saw a need for organization. And instead of getting overwhelmed and saying, I can't do this, it's too much, I guess I can't do this business, she was like, I need to organize some information. And so she started, she said, with name, phone number, and package,
I
right?
had phone number and package because I was like, okay, at least I know how to contact them and what they ordered.
And then as she went along, she added in the things that she thought would help her be more efficient, right? And you guys hear me talk about this all the time. What she is doing right now is she is utilizing the prefrontal to put all the information in an organized, efficient place so that her brain can now move it down to the lower brain. Your lower brain is where you are most efficient. It gets a bad rap because it's also the part of your brain that's like, you suck at this. You're not organized. You're never going to be able to do this. This can't be something you can keep up. Right?
As somebody who does like organization, maybe I cannot relate to this, but it is not that hard to create a Google Sheet or an Excel sheet, or if you're not comfortable doing that digitally, just make a list. Just grab a paper, make a list with the things that you need to organize yourself, just for a basic feedback and to keep up with your potential customers or recruits. That is a basic need, a basic thing. So I don't quite see the issue here. And if you don't want to work online with digital products, just do it physically. Grab a notebook and then write everything in there physically. That can also be helpful. I don't understand the issue here.
But so like it gets a bad rap, but this is what you want. You want the prefrontal, your higher brain, your brain that can think about what it's thinking about. You want the prefrontal to think, I'm gonna need name, phone, email, package again in the future. So to save myself time in the future, I'm going to use this. You used Pages, right? You're on a Mac, right?
No, it's Microsoft Excel.
But so she's using Microsoft Excel, but you can also use, it's not Pages in Mac, it's Numbers, I believe, right? Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's if you have a MacBook, it automatically comes loaded with Numbers and it has this, right? And so it will give you those columns. You can very easily Google video, how to use Numbers on a Mac. And there will be an easy tutorial that's free that will teach you how to do this stuff. Or you can just hunt and peck and try and figure it out, right? That's usually what I do. But smarter people than me use YouTube videos to save themselves time. So don't be like me, be like a smarter version of me that is going to use videos in the future for stuff like this. Okay. So I just want to point that out, that when your brain wants to switch to overwhelm with this and tell you, you can't do it, it's not going to work, it can't be done, just quit. That's where you have to talk to your brain and be like, we're fine. We're totally fine. Everything's fine. We're just going to write some numbers down on a piece of paper to make it faster for us in the future. It's not even ever going to be hard like this ever again because we have this paper, right? So I just want to point that out. And then you said that you highlight people when they've quit, but there's hope for them coming back. What do you do when they quit and you've categorized them to the place of there's hope for them coming back? How do you show up? What do your actions look like for those people moving forward?
It definitely depends. A handful of them are like people I know on a personal level. So it's definitely easier to, this sounds so funny, but like drop little plexus bombs and little hints, right? Like they'll make for example, one of them is my father-in-law, and I know he could benefit from this tremendously, but he's also one of the most stubborn people I've ever met. And so he'll make comments like, oh, my stomach hurts or something. And I'll go, well, I shouldn't have stopped your plexus. Like just little things like that.
I'm sure that's really helpful, because if you know somebody who sells plexus and you ignore that and you don't want to try it, then that will be very helpful. This is potentially somebody who's not interested in supplements for whatever reason, or not interested in the network marketing business opportunity. And if that is a person closely connected to you and they watch you how you run your business, then just leave them alone. Making snarky comments won't help. It will very likely do the exact opposite. At least that's how I would react.
But other people that I've just either they've become a member of the Plexus with me through social media or just talking in general, mutual friends, whatever. If I know they struggled with something specific, I will just, if I see a story that I think resonates with them, not often, but every now and then I'll just send them something and I'll say, hey, this made me think of you, or, I really hope you find something that helps you, because if you know me personally, I just genuinely do care enough that I do want them to feel better. And if Plexus isn't for them, then that's fine. but majority of them just don't want to spend the money on themselves. And so that's kind of how I categorize that, is if it's more just a money issue than anything else, I know that they've got to do something. And so hopefully they'll realize that they need to come back. But I also, for example, I had a friend who she got sick and she just recently started losing hair. And she'd been talking to me about it, and I've told her multiple times, I think this would be great. And then on the Facebook page, I saw a post recently about how someone had lost so much hair. And I just took a screenshot of it and I sent it to her. And I just said, hey, girl, this story just really reminded me of you. And I hope that you find something soon. And she didn't say like, yes, I want to get back on. She just said, wow, that's really good to know. I didn't know this was something it could help. And I just said, absolutely, let me know if you have any other questions, and just kind of left the ball in her court, but she's now thinking about it.
I love that. It's not pushy. It's not in your face.
Yeah, it is actually pushy. It is also quite in your face if you see through. It is very helpful on the surface, but then again, if you're sick and you lose hair, please talk to a medical professional and don't trust a plexus hun. Maybe because of the sickness, the person is losing hair and is looking for help. There's always a certain expectations that you will now get back and buy some of the products. Come back. So it's not just that somebody just thinks about you genuinely. They want to achieve something, and that is sell you on the products and the business opportunity.
It's not, it's just like love and care. And it's not even like you saying this is the only thing that could help you. It's just like you came from a place of compassion and caring, and that's what creates true connection. So I love that example. So good. Okay. Now you also use a planner with this. So how does your planner fit into this machine that you have come up with?
Okay. So I'm going to start by saying too, I've learned that as I sign someone up, I input the information into my spreadsheet at the same time. It takes me 2 extra seconds and it's done. So it's not like I have to once a week sit down and try and put everything back in my spreadsheet. Because when you're enrolling someone, you already have to put in their number, their email, their name, XYZ. I just copy and paste, copy and paste. So as I do that, I also have my handheld planner. I'll hold it up.
Show us. We want to see it. I stopped sharing my screen so that you could show it really big on here.
It's a little much, but this is my everyday planner. So the key to this little happy guy is I have literally what you call a key in different colored highlighters. And this is, I'm telling you, nobody needs to be this excessive. It's just who I am as a person. But it really helps me break it down. I have literally one color for plexus, and everything that relates to plexus is highlighted in that color. And it actually really just helps my brain understand and not get so distracted with my planner. So for example, if I'm like, okay, I just signed so-and-so up, I'm going to mark in my planner when to do their check-ins so that it's in my brain. And then I go through with my blue highlighter and I highlight every single little one. So when I'm come down to my office for the day to do check-ins, I just look at the blue. I don't look at anything else that's going to distract me. And I'm going to be like, oh no, I need to do that today. I just look at the blue and I work through all my blue. So that's really helped me. But for people who don't like a handheld planner, I also put it in my phone. That way, if for some reason I had to be out of the house early that morning or something, I still get a reminder every day at 11:30, check-ins, and then it'll have everyone's name I need to check in with.
I mean, organize yourself. That's kind of the tip I get from this. Either use digital products like Excel or Google Sheets, put that into your phone, or use a physical planner. I also like to have a physical planner that is a monthly overview and then a weekly overview that I also use to write down the things that I need to do in my personal life, appointments I have to take care of, deadlines I have to take care of. In Q3, tax advancement payments is coming up, all of these things, and the amount of money I have to wire to the Federal Republic of Germany, that's in there. And also my YouTube videos are scheduled out there. On what day do I want to upload what video? When do I upload or film the next membership videos? When do I want that up? Are there opportunity or team calls I want to attend because they're regular calls? Then I'm aware of that. I need to check in. I will also make kind of a blocker on the weekends when I know that I want to film all of these things, or when they're private activities and I know I cannot film that day, I cannot edit that day. This is just really basic advice. I don't know, I was hoping for something better, I would say. Make notes and organize yourself however you want to not lose track of customers or of recruits. That's what I get from here. And I do something very similar with YouTube.
I think the most important thing here is that you set reminders. And obviously yours is in 3 different places. Mine is just in one place. But the whole point of this is that if you're not setting reminders, you're doing your clients a complete disservice. And what people tell me all the time is, I don't want anyone to think that I'm just in this for the money. I don't want anyone to think that I don't care about them. I'm telling you right now, if you're not checking in with your people, you've only done it for the money and you don't care about them. Because, and I know that that's not true about you.
Whatever other people are thinking is up to them. You can only control that so far. But if you're worried that other people believe you're just in it for the money, maybe there's some truth in this. You're not in Plexus and you're not selling the products and the business opportunity just because you want to help other people. You want to get paid, and that is okay. And it's also okay to own up to that. That's always a weird thing. They are not in Plexus because they just love everything surrounding this or because of the amazing products. If you want to build a team, aka recruit people, and you want to sell the products, it is because you want to make a commission and because you want to get the bonus payments, the bonus checks connected to you building a team. Whatever people make out of that is really up to them. But I guess in network marketing, you cannot be honest. If this is supposed to be your work, then you should also get paid for that. I would expect that.
It's that you're trying to avoid the negative emotion that comes with the discomfort of checking in with people. That's all it is. But how it's going to be read by your friend, by you not checking in with them, is lack of care, and you're only in it for the money. And I know that's not what your heart is, because you wouldn't be on this Zoom right now learning organization systems if you didn't care. It's just true, right? You're here because you care.
I guess that's how you need to spin it. If you don't check in, then you're only in it for the money. No, that's not how it works. But that's what you need to pretend, as if Plexus is almost a charitable endeavor. When it's there to make you money, it's okay. Just own up to it.
You're here because you want to learn a better way to care and show with your actions that you care. This will make you more effective. If you don't do it this way, maybe you do it the way that I've trained you for years and years.
You are here because you want to learn how to follow up with people, to recruit more people, to keep those people on the team, and to make more money.
And years to do it. If you don't like my way, it's never resonated with you, try Jamie's way, right? Or half of her way. These are just ideas to help put something in your mind for you to go, oh, that sounds exciting. I could do that. That might help me. And I want you to run with that, because when you truly care, which I know you all do, you will follow up and you will learn to trust yourself as a leader when you do. It will develop trust with your clients, because when you sign someone up, they are your client. This is someone who's trusting you to help them with a personal thing in their body, right? Like, this is a vulnerable place for them and they need a vulnerable place to go. And when you do your check-ins, you give them the freedom to have true connection with you, which is what they want. They want that connection. That's why they signed up with you.
That is why network marketing and Plexus are predatory. Exactly because of that. Because you're dealing with vulnerable people and you pretend that you have an answer to whatever they're looking for. Even if it is sicknesses and illnesses, and you should tell them to, you know what, don't get our supplements. This will not help you. Please seek professional help.
So when you say, I'm not doing this for the money, Tell yourself, which is why I'm going to follow up, because it's more important to me than the money I got on a welcome pack sale. I want them to get results. And for them to get the results that they have trusted me to help them get, all I need to do is check in once a week. I need to help them troubleshoot their products. You have all the tools at your fingertips here on this team. If you don't know what to say at the check-ins, it is on the team page. It's on my YouTube channel. It's all over the place in our whole company, right? 4 check-ins in the first 30 days. At day 4, did your products come? Yay, so excited. Here are the directions. Boom. 1 week later, how's everything going? Are you taking your products every day and drinking 100 ounces of water? If they're not drinking 100 ounces of water, they're not going to get great results. It's an adjustment for some people, but just teach them. This is so fun. You get to teach them how to change their life. It's so rewarding.
That is a very general statement. Now, granted, as somebody who works in liters and not in ounces, I don't know how much that is. There is a certain amount of liters that is good for you hydration-wise, according to medical professionals. I always drink a lot of water. But just because you drink enough water in the day to stay hydrated, according to the current data and statistics, doesn't mean that that will help you to achieve your goals. What could your goals be? We saw on that spreadsheet before that you have problems with your energy, with infertility. We hear a lot of stories about people saying, yeah, I had a Plexus hun who told me they could cure my cancer. I reacted to calls from Plexus. I think I have a Plexus playlist. If that's the case, I will link it up here if you want to take a look. Just a heads up, a lot of these calls can be quite infuriating. If not, I have an entire anti-mlm playlist where those calls are also a part of. But the Plexus hun like to make the most unsubstantiated and dangerous health claims, and you drinking enough water will not help you to battle your cancer or to help you fly or to help to grow out toenails that are purple and blue, because not everything is just connected to being hydrated.
This is so fun. You get to teach them how to change their life. It's so rewarding when someone feels better because of something that you did. Okay. Then week 3, hey, just wanted to see if you've had an increase in sugar cravings or any bloating. This happened to me around week 3, or if it didn't happen to you, you can say, this sometimes happens at week 3. It doesn't even mean anything's wrong. And it's a simple change with your products. Let me know. Then they will tell you yes or no. If they say, yes, actually, that's so weird. I was just noticing that. Then you send them my healing video. Say, perfect. Watch this video today, and then we will chat.
Not a medical professional.
I try to talk less amount as possible. I don't want to use up all of our energy in talking, right? I want them to watch the video. It's a third-party validator. Anything they've ever dealt with through die-off, I'm going to discuss in that video. It's the healing video. It's on my YouTube channel. It's on Imagine Plexus. It's in all the chats. Ask your upline if you don't have it. We'll get it to you today. Okay.
So whatever supplements you might take from Plexus, they could make you bloat in your 3rd week, and there's a healing video that allegedly has the answer to all of your bloating. Bloating can mean a lot of different things. It could just mean it's a Wednesday. It could mean hormonal stuff, lack of sleep, too much hydration, too little hydration. It could mean something truly severe, but you will not be able to understand and see that with a healing video. What the heck?
Then they watch the video, and if their sugar cravings are up and their bloating is up, you ask them, are you drinking 100 ounces of water? If you ask them, are you drinking plenty of water? They're going to say, yeah, I'm pretty much, yeah. And they're lying to you. It's a lie. That's why we have to be very specific. Are you drinking 100 ounces of water? 3 liters, 100 ounces. Well, I'm having a hard time hitting the mark. Oh, let me give you this tip. I buy a smart water bottle because it fits in any cup holder and any bag. I try to drink one of them by noon. I'm almost there. I try to drink another one by dinner. and then another one before bed.
Okay, so 3 bottles of that water. That would be an equivalent to 2.5 to 3 liters, which is pretty much what is suggested here as well. Stay hydrated, that is important, but hydration will not solve all of your problems.
And they will say, oh, I just can't pee that much. Guess what? Good news. You only pee a lot the first 2 weeks. And then after that, your body will adapt. It's so amazing. Your body is amazing.
Where is that coming from? If you drink a lot of water, you will also very likely pee a lot. Take it from somebody who has experience in drinking a lot of water. What?
And it's healing itself right now. It's actually not even plexus that's causing you to bloat and get sugar cravings. It's candida yeast that's in your body that's making you feel this way. It's not even plexus. Right?
No, not right. You don't even know what a person is struggling with, but that is your overall answer? Water, yeast? It's not the plexus product. Please do not listen to plexus, huns. That is so dangerous. Wow.
It's these little small things that it's like a dance of going back and forth, of showing them and guiding them. Right? And if they have increase in sugar cravings, I add 1 Probio 5 in the morning with their slim because they're already taking 2 at night. Why do I not add a 3rd one at night? Because oftentimes, and this is what happened to me, when you add 3 Probio 5 at night, they're going to break out at their jawline. And then they're going to be mad at you because then they're going to have acne and they're going to be like, I'm bloated and I have increased sugar cravings and I have acne. I'm done. Right?
Not a medical professional.
So the reason why I'm very particular and specific about why I do things is because I've made a ton of mistakes and I've lost a crap ton of people over the years.
Yeah, and what kind of damage has she done to a crap ton of people because of non-medical, non-professional advice?
But if you follow this system, the way that I've taught you, it will not be as hard for you as it was for me, because I figured out, sort of like Jamie and her spreadsheet. I'm like, gosh, wish I would have done that for myself 6 years ago, right? It wouldn't have been as hard for me. I couldn't even remember who I'd signed up. I'd signed so many people up and forgot I even signed them up. I would go send a message, a new reach out, and I'm like, oh, I signed them up. So weird. Never checked in with them. No wonder they quit. It's crazy, right? So when you are doing your check-ins, if they have an increase in sugar cravings and nothing else, right? Increase in sugar cravings, bloating, then we're going to add an extra Probio 5 in the morning, 1 in the morning, 2 at night. That should get rid of the sugar cravings right away. Make sure they're drinking 100 ounces of water. Make sure they're pooping at least once a day. Increase the bio cleanse by another 2 at bedtime if they're not pooping once a day. And check in with them every single day until you have that person pooping. So important.
That sounds great. That sounds like a true dream job. And sell them more products on the way so that they can control their sugar cravings that you have no business giving advice on, and make sure they're pooping. So sell them more products. I mean, shut up.
So important. Okay. Now, if at week 3, they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so sick, I feel awful, that tells me you did not sell them the ease. This is also your fault.
I am so sick. That tells me you're not selling enough product. Lord. But you're not in it for the money, right? You're just in it to help others. Okay, got it.
And lack of experience. And I say this with all the love of my heart.
You are not a medical professional. What the fuck?
Because we didn't used to know about the ease, and I lost hundreds of people because I didn't know about the ease. It's why I don't let anyone start without the ease. You will not have sick people on ease. They will not have die off badly. I mean, maybe like a small little percentage of people that are like really having leaky gut, right? But then that would be Jamie. They need more ease. Okay. If they are super sick, like they feel nauseous, they're gaining weight, they're having horrible detox, you pull them off of everything except for ease and bio cleanse.
What you should be getting them is more as in shut up yourself and send them to a medical professional and let them go and never take plexus supplements ever again. I mean, what are you giving people that they're shitting themselves and they're having leaky gut or they cannot poop, or whatever the issue is. It doesn't sound like a good plan to join Plexus, in my opinion, just because of that description.
Immediately say, oh my gosh, guess what? I know exactly what to do. This is going to be so easy. Your body just needs to decrease inflammation first. What I'm going to have you do is only do the ease and the bio cleanse, just 2 and 2. Or if they have lots of ease, you can do a loading dose of ease at this point. Just 2 and 2. Loading dose of ease is 3 bottles in 1 month, 3 in the morning, 3 at night. And you'll say, no problem. Oh my gosh, you're going to feel so better so fast. It's just yeast dying in your body that's making you feel this way. It's not even Plexus. I say that sentence over and over and over again so they hear me.
So that you can hear yourself. What if the person who is having leaky gut, having all of the problems in the world, is actually allergic to some of the products in Plexus because you didn't make that fancy list because they have allergies? Maybe it is Plexus. Maybe people are sensitive towards those supplements. Let's take that into consideration and not try to diagnose people that you don't see in person, that you're also not qualified to diagnose.
Because their brain's going to start making up a story that's totally not true. So we want to educate them. We want to say, it's not even Plexus making you sick. It's your body healing. It's the yeast dying. So what we're going to do is we're going to take away all the products that are killing the yeast, and we're just going to put you on the anti-inflammatory stuff, which is BioCleanse and Ease. You're going to feel good super fast.
Yeah, don't listen to your customers. Just listen to the Plexus paycheck and sell them more shit.
And then we're just going to add things in one at a time so that we can find out which products are not for you. We're going to get you so comfortable and you're going to feel so good. Notice the way I talk to them. I am immediately getting on their side, because what I see a lot of inexperienced people do, what I used to do is I'd be like, oh, you just need to like power through. Like, it's totally worth all the pain and suffering. Do what I did, be miserable. No, nobody wants that. They don't want that. Get on their side, jump in the pool with them.
But you are not on their side and you don't jump into the pool with them. You're on the side of the pool collecting the Plexus check while you're either yelling at people, push through when you're allegedly a beginner and you don't know what you're talking about, or when you're more experienced, you will tell them, put that product away and that one. I'm going to throw more Plexus products at you and now we're going to try out which one don't make you want to die. That's my plan now. You're not in the pool with them. You're on the side while you're collecting your check.
Be like, oh yeah, no, we don't want to feel awful. You are not going to feel awful. We're going to fix this right now. This is not even a thing. I know exactly what to do. Those are the words you want to use with them. I know exactly what to do. Even if you don't say, I know exactly what to do, because now you know. I'm going to have you we're going to decrease inflammation first. You're going to do just Ease and BioCleanse 2 and 2. You're going to feel so good so fast.
I can do that as well. I'm going to give you a guinea pig. You can hug it. You're allergic to it. Yeah, ignore it. It will help your problems. And then I'm going to sprinkle fairy dust on top of that. And that will make all of your ailings go away. Not.
And then we'll build in one product at a time, and we're going to figure out what you don't need anymore. And this will immediately put them at relax. They're going to be like, oh, thank goodness someone's listening to me. Phew, I can trust this girl. She's on my side, right? And then after they're on Ease and BioCleanse for 3 to 4 days, I check in with them frequently in those 3 to 4 days, like at least once every other day. And then on day 4-ish, I'm like, hey, okay, I know you're feeling better. How do you feel about bringing the pink drink back in? It's going to be so nice with energy. What do you think? And they're going to say, yeah, okay, perfect. And then they're going to take their pink drink and you're going to say, hey, how did that taste today? Not, how are you feeling? Are you feeling sick? Don't say that. We want to say, how are you liking that? Taste good? Taste good again? And then they're going to say, yeah, I actually don't feel anything. Perfect. We're getting right on track again.
I'm in Plexus now. I'm numb. I don't feel anything. This is wild. Truly wild.
You're building trust with them as you're doing this. The only reason it's scary to you is because you didn't know what to say before. Now you know what to say. You don't even have to be afraid of it anymore. I don't ever worry about walking people through a detox anymore because I trust myself, and you can too. Okay. So then once you have that taken care of, after a week of them being on Slim, BioCleanse, and Ease, then you're going to say, how do you feel about adding one Probio 5 in? That's the one that kills the yeast. And if you do want to fix the gut health stuff and feel your absolute best, I think we should add it in and just see how it goes. We can always take it out. We don't even have to take it after if we don't want to. What do you think?
Yeah, and if the products are too pricey for you because now you're going to spend hundreds of bucks each and every month, then you can just refer other customers and make some money back. And boom, you have a distributor who's on products they don't need. Great.
Right? And they've seen how good they feel on just Slim, BioCleanse, and Ease, which is more than 100 PV. We've already won the fight. Do you see? Because now if we add Probio 5 in and they feel awful again, we're like, hey, it turns out this one might just not be for you. Let's just ditch it. Why don't you just do Slim, BioCleanse, and Ease and feel good? And then you know you're not losing a client. You know you're not losing 100 PV. You know they're going to feel really good. And over time, it might be a month, it might be 6 months. Guess what? They're going to come back to you and they're going to want to add other stuff back in, like Probio 5 or Vital Biome or Balance. But because you took the time up front like this to regain their trust and show their body how to feel good on our products, they're going to stay with you and be loyal to you. Or they're going to quit and you did everything right. And you can feel good about it, right? Yes. Okay.
Yeah, this sounds more like witchcraft and you hope it works. Oh, you're not feeling great? Well, let me add more products and then remove some others as long as I have my 100 PV.
I always start everybody on the variety pack, which comes with the X Factor Plus. The X Factor Plus has polyphenols in it, which can have some gut health stuff in it. So I always start everybody on the variety pack, which comes with the X Factor Plus. And if for any reason they're feeling nauseous from taking it on an empty stomach, I yank X Factor Plus out of their regimen and just replace it with X Factor Original in their second month, because I don't want to mess with it. We don't want to make it complicated. People choose Plexus because they don't want to make their own kombucha. They don't want to make their own kefir, right? Like they want easy gut health. That's why they're here with you. So we want to make it easy for them. But most people tend to stay on X Factor Plus. They just need to take it with food so that they don't get nauseous. If they're having reoccurring yeast infections, then I take them off of X Factor Plus and I move them to the original. Because again, those polyphenols. Now, the X Factor Plus is an incredible product. And Phyllis, I see you on here. And I'm totally putting you on the spot. So it's okay if you can't.
The X Factor Plus sounds like the X Factor show that is now being exclusively shown on a streamer. That's why Plus. The names are so strange of the supplements.
Come on here. But you are like a huge X Factor Plus lover because of what it's done for you. Do you want to tell us, like 30 seconds, and you're a nurse, do you want to tell us why you love X Factor Plus versus the original?
Yes. And I actually created a video with both. It's a lot because X Factor Plus doesn't have all the same vitamins and minerals that, I'm sorry, plain X Factor doesn't have what X Factor Plus has. Okay.
Yeah.
Selenium for me with my hot flashes just took them away. Slim helped like my first 30 days. Second month I added X Factor Plus and it was like 0 hot flashes were happening. And I had just seen my gynecologist and she told me like, hey sis, it's menopause. I know it's terrible. We could put you on not birth control, but hormone replacement. And it's really just going to make you gain more weight, which is why I was in there. Cause I'm like, I've gained 20 pounds, despite running marathons and half marathons and all that. So there's also more chromium. I believe it's chromium in X Factor Plus. So this is another reason why you're getting good blood sugar control. So like all of it just helps with hot flashes. So that was for me. And then it's loaded with zinc. It has a methylated B vitamin, like B complex in there. if you have the MTHFR gene mutation, which I do, and I think it's like 70% of us do, you want a methylated vitamin. And so this has everything in it. It's super important that you take that one with food though. Some people can handle it without, but it's the B vitamins that can cause some nausea. So I always encourage people to eat a full meal, not like 2 little eggs in the morning.
Like,
But
eat it like with your fast. Like if you're intermittent fasting, I know lots of us do that. Like I always take I always tell people, like, in my directions when they get the variety pack, to break their fast with balance and X Factor Plus, right? Because it's easy to remember to take it with your first meal of the day, right? It's when we start getting complicated where we're like, yeah, just take it with food.
I'm going to stop this call now because this is absolute nonsense. And there are just 2 minutes left. So we're not going to listen to more Plexus Huns pitching their own supplements. This was wild. The call started rather slow and then we were building up, and over the practical tips we ended yet again at the insane health claims that these people do. It is really, really mind-baffling that Plexus isn't shut down yet because of the shizzle that their X Factor pusher that they speak. The misinformation, the health claims that they make, it is absolutely insane. And I think it is important for governmental agencies who have to overlook network marketing companies to also start and really get down to the individual distributors and to find their asses and to make sure they understand you cannot make these claims. I know they're government agencies are a small group of people. They don't have the background. They don't have the amount of people, the headcount that they should have. They should get more resources, but this is absolutely wild. A wild team call. It might be a surprise for you, but it's a no for me, for Plexus. I hope it's a no for most of us. And maybe some Plexus Huns actually start to wake up. I'm actually falling asleep now. I'm super tired. This has been a long call. That's why I will end the video now, not have you sit through this even longer. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share, comment, like, subscribe. All of these things help the channel out a lot. And if you like these videos, then hopefully I will see you in my next one. Until then, cheers!